Hey guys, what's going on? So I wanted to go over the Ebonpiercer build for the update that we're going to have in a little bit. Um, it's pretty massive for this build. There's a few things that are just beyond impactful that really wanted to talk about so you guys understood what we're looking for now in the greater affixes. They've changed a little. Previously, we were really trying to hit some breakpoints that were borderline unattainable, but now they are. So the first thing we want to look at is the Book of the Dead. So all of our sacrifice bonuses are going to be increased. We're going to get more shadow damage. We're going to get more vulnerable damage. But the most important piece that we're about to get is actually the bone sacrifice. The bone sacrifice currently gives us 10. And this is going to be massively important because of the way the sacrificial is going to now work. So when the new bone sacrifice is going to go up to 15, and when we get the new sacrificial that gives 50% more, this is going to go up to 22.5. And thanks to CTOD in the Sanctuary Discord, he did some breakpoint testings, and we did find out that 93.5% attack speed is the next breakpoint for Blight. So why this is important is, with the way that the gear works previously, we could get to around 92% with double crits on everything, and getting triple crits was really borderline impossible. But now with us having a base 22.5%, we're going to be able to reach that number very easily by just simply getting 2 crits on our 2 crits on the attack speed. So this is really big because when you look at how we're going to get to that number, it makes it so that you don't have to really worry about getting too many crits. So as you see here, these are going to be your GAs. And if you look at currently with the gear, the base is going to be that 17. And this is when you masterwork to 12, and you're going to get to the 22% by masterworking it twice. So you only have to do this once now because you're going to have 22% here, the 17 here, the 17 here, the 15 from your elixir, and the 22.5% from the sack glyph. So then it gets us to 94.8, which breaks that next breakpoint. So that's very important for reaching the additional stack damage that we're going to be getting. The next thing that's really important is for our glyphs that we're already using, Gravekeeper is getting a pretty big buff going up to 18%, so that's going to be pretty big. So how that all kind of ties in is currently we're sitting at 27, 21 int, or this build is. You may have more, you may have less. Why this is really important is, as you can see here, a double crit here, you don't need this anymore. So that's 2 crits that you could have applied to int here to get additional int. That is, I didn't crit here, so that's 2 more crits here for the int. And it's really going to be important. Now, the other thing that's really need to focus on is going to be your essence per second and your regen. So again, it is going to be very important that you do hit your essence cost reduction, as well as getting some resource generation on your Shaco critted, and then of course having your essence per second on your chest and your boots. That's really the major changes for this build. The other big thing that we already utilize is we've got the aspect of Shielding Storm. This one is actually going to start scaling off of our max life, which is already going to be great because we're sitting at 32 plus the potion gets us right at 37,000. So we're going to be getting the extra barrier from that. So this is going to be a huge uptime considering we are now shooting for the Bone Sword duration. So we're going to be a lot tankier. We're going to be pushing out a lot more damage. And if you are able to ramp up during your stagger phase to get that additional attack in with the attack speed, that's where you're going to hit. Now, where we're slotting in the aspect, we're going to remove the conceited or intercom, depending on which one you're using currently, and you're going to put your sacrificial aspect on that ring, and that's going to get you set. Alright, well, we're going to be pushing this tomorrow night, but I wanted to give you guys a quick update for those that have been asking about it, so that we can see what really is impacted from this build from the patch notes. So those are your major changes. That's what's going to really change this build to do a substantially larger amount of damage. The sacrificial by itself is like a 30% multiplier instead of the static 10 or 30 on ramp, so we're going to be able to ramp quicker on the bosses rather than waiting for intercom to kick in, so it's going to be a higher ramp immediately already. So it's really great changes for us. It's going to push this build to the next tier, and I'm really looking forward to what you guys are doing with it as well. So as always, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. If you got any comments, concerns, hit me up, and we'll see y'all.